leaving Ukiah, getting on Highway 101, heading north. This is Ridgewood Grade, highest point on Highway 101, elevation 1,953. Willits. And entering Willits, population 4,888. And the town where I was raised. There is a bypass going around the town there. I could have just continued on the highway, but I wanted to pop into town here, give you a little taste of it, and I need to fill up the gas tank. Gateway to the Redwoods, the heart of Mendocino County. Yo! Downtown Willits here. Willits High School, home of the Wolverines, where I went to school for 9th and 10th grade. And back on Highway 101 here. Hey guys, Gabriel here. So the deal is I'm going today to the amazing Lost Coast of Northern California. So Highway 101 goes from Southern California all the way to Washington State. In the southern part of California, it's called the Pacific Coast Highway, and it goes along the Pacific Coast, as you would guess. Here, however, it is not on the coast. It is inland, going through the mountains and forests and the gorgeous green scenery here that you can see. The coast is about an hour's drive that way, to the west, obviously. And so Highway 101 follows the coast from Southern California all the way up to the Bay Area and San Francisco. And then it goes inland, and it is Highway 1 that then follows the coast. So west of here, over on the coast, it is then Highway 1 that is following the coastline, and Highway 101 continues inland here for quite a ways until you get up to Oregon, basically. All right, held up by construction, I guess, up ahead. So this is a good opportunity to explain the rest of what I was talking about here. Actually, here we go again. So I'll get back to you in just a second. All right, made it through that. And so just north of here, then Highway 1, the highway over on the coast, comes inland and joins with Highway 101. It actually ends at Highway 101, and Highway 101 then continues north, still inland, and so there is actually no road whatsoever along the coast. The reason is because there is a section of coastline there, about 30 miles or so, which is too rugged because it has mountains and deep forests and everything for there to be a road along it. So there is no road on that section, and that, my friends, is called the Lost Coast, and that is where I'm going today. It's going to be awesome.
That's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is.
And this is Laytonville. Tiny, tiny little town. I don't even know what the heck this music is. The only tapes that I have in here are ones that Abram left. Okay, that's kind of loud. When Abram and I went on our little Redwood exploring road trip adventure last week, then I told him about the tape deck, and he brought a couple of tapes, and he didn't have much anyway, since people don't listen to tapes all that much. So I don't know, something here better than nothing. Oh yeah. switched over to a radio show, and they're playing one of my all-time favorite albums by Little Feat, Waiting for Columbus, and this is Old Folks Boogie. Over the hill, your mind makes a promise that your body can't feel. Welcome to Area 101. Oh yeah, hopefully we see some UFOs. Don't we do it in the road? No one will be watching us. Why don't we do it in the road? Oh yeah. And so here's where that Highway 1 merges with the 101, California 1 to the left.
I woke up this morning, I was feeling mean. Get up for the fun and the
Feels like a stranger.
feel like stranger.
Confusion Hill.
I'll tell you where the phone is real. Penguins talk, their hands are big. They can ring turn that day. It can make like fire if you lose your way.
Roll away the dew. Roll away.
Roll away the dew.
Garberville, 9 miles. This is where the famous reggae festival, Reggae on the River, happens. Just down there. Right by the river. The Eel River. World famous grandfather tree. Check it out. And coming to a redwood grove. Oh yeah. Smack in the middle of Northern California, beautiful redwood wilderness. There's the river. Richardson Grove State Park. Just rocking out to the dead. This is on K-Mud. K-M-U-D. Garberville. And so Garberville here is basically the center of Northern California's marijuana production operations. Good place to go if you're looking for some work in the harvest season. It is also where I will be turning, leaving Highway 101 and getting on the road that goes over to the coast, where I will finally get to the Lost Coast and start my hiking. Hemp Connection there. Eel River Cafe. And here at the north edge of town is where you can get back on the 101 North. And there it says King Range, National Conservation Area 18 miles. So that is where I'm going. The King Range is one of the designated areas of the Lost Coast. And check it out, that is the Eel River there. And amazing trees. Incredible. John B. Dewitt Redwood State Reserve. And so here you get just a little bit of a taste of the Coast Range of mountains here that are what create the Lost Coast. We're up in elevation here a bit, and I will be driving back down towards the ocean very soon. We're just a few miles from where the trailhead is for where I start walking along the beach that goes up along this range of mountains that will be back behind the beach, and you'll be seeing those soon. And check out that view. There's the road, and there's the Pacific Ocean. This is it, the Lost Coast. Check it out, the range of mountains there. Going all along up the coast. And this big beach, black sand beach, that you can hike for miles and miles. I've been here before a number of times. I think the last time was in summer of 2012, about 5 years ago. We're hiking on the Lost Coast here, me and Heilybug. And so I've done just hiking trips like today along here, and I've also done several overnight extended backpacking trips, one of which I talk about in my book, Kundalini and the Art of Being. And it is a crazy story in which I get pounded by rain for days and days and end up hiking out of here, hiking over the mountains, not the usual route, in order to get off the trail a few days early because I was getting soaked. That was a 8-day, I think, backpacking trip. Pretty crazy time. And it rained on me like 7 of those 8 days. It started off a beautiful sunny day like this, and then just pouring down rain the whole rest of the time. So that was pretty crazy. But this is a good day for a hike, that's for sure. Just barely made that one. Check this out. What the hell is the story behind this thing? Must be a crazy one. I can't even tell exactly what this is. I guess the remains of some vehicle. Wow. Awesome. And some other people, the first other people I've seen on the beach so far. Now that is definitely a massive rock. Wow. that is a group of all women backpackers who I think are planning to stay the night at a campsite right up there, it looks like. They asked me if I was camped there. They came from that way, of course, and the trailhead where I parked is right back that way, just at that point there. So I'm not sure how long they were hiking for, probably 2-3 days or something. There are different campsites along the way. You can hike for days and days this way, go around that point over there and keep on going, and there are designated camp spots. You have to bring a bear-proof container, a big plastic contraption that you put all of your food and you know, toothpaste and any kind of smelly items in, because there are black bears around here. Not very many, I don't think. I'm sure that would be a rare sighting. And so it is definitely cooling down here. I think I'm just going to hike down to the end of that point there, get a little view of what's around the corner, and then turn around and head back. That was a long drive getting up here. That was like 3 hours. It took longer than it should have because of the construction there, and that windy road getting over here takes a while. And so there are actually some tents back in there. I saw a guy in those trees there. Some firewood all collected there, looks like. Right back in there were the tents, but going to keep on hiking over this way. And going for the big jump. Oh. All right, so this is what's around the corner. More black sand beach, more crashing ocean waves, more coastal range of mountains that just keeps on going. You can actually hike from here all the way to a road that comes down from like the Ukiah area. A road comes down and hits the north end of the Lost Coast, and you can start from there, start hiking this way. I've done that before, and you can go from here all the way south of where I started here. Then the trail is more up and down on the mountain ridges there, as opposed to on the beach. You don't hike along the beach hardly at all. So it's sort of two separate sections of the Lost Coast, and there are two different designated wilderness areas. So this is the King Range. Pretty awesome, especially if you imagine spending like a few days or a week or something out here, then that's pretty amazing. All right, I don't have all that much light left here, so I am going to hike on back and get started driving before it gets dark, and then it's going to be another you know, long drive getting back to where I started from in Ukiah, but I will end this video with some authentic Californian food. How about that? And here we got a turkey vulture. And I wish you could smell this stuff here. Smells like licorice, kind of. Sun's starting to go down there. And almost back to the car. King Range National Conservation Area, the Lost Coast. You are here. Shelter Cove is a little town that's right nearby. And then I hiked, I don't know, not very far up here. And then it keeps on going. All the way up there. Honeydew, that is where I eventually ended up when I had to hike out of here that one trip that I was getting rained on like crazy. And so I'd hiked somewhere up here and managed to connect into this road here and hiked all the way somewhere along there. And then eventually got picked up by a guy and spent the night at his house late at night as it was still pouring down rain. That was a crazy experience. All right, time to get back in the car and do another long drive back where I came from and find something to eat. And it is now time for some authentic California cuisine. Fine Mexican, Cerveza Pacifico, oh yeah. Horchata. Good stuff. And check this out. Enchiladas plate. Chicken and cheese enchiladas, rice and beans. Chips and salsa. One of my favorites, and a California original. The Spanish occupied this area before it was part of the United States, so you can say Mexican food is California.